Have you been wanting to make videos for a while now, and you keep hesitating, should I use my phone or should I buy a cheap camcorder or camera? I made this video to point out all the pros and cons about each option. The gear I used is in between 200 and 400 euros. Everything is just filmed on automatically. If you tweak the settings, I think it could be a little bit better, but I just tested the overall performance. Fast movement. These videos are filmed in the same spot and same lighting conditions. I took a run 4 times. I would suggest to really focus on the subject, the colors, the sharpness, and be sure to look at the top of the bush. The Motorola did a horrible job, I think. The camcorder did an okay job. It's also 60 frames per second, so it should be better for this kind of videos. The overall sharpness, it's not great. The colors, they are great. And the camera did a bad job, and the green is a really weird kind of green. Basic shot in good light. Like I said, this is about a basic shot, pretty regular, normal. In this fragment I test outside with an object not too big, not too large, easy to focus on, easy colors. Here we can really focus how sharp everything looks, and we can also focus on the colors. Stabilization. Both phones do not have a stabilization option. My camcorder does have one. It's on, but you don't really notice it in such heavy movements like stepping. If I am filming and stepping, it's really hard to keep everything straight and without hiccups. Here you can see a really good comparison. Stabilization is a big thing in cameras. Hard shadows. I imagine a lot of you film in front of a window or a light box. I tested this out with my own window, and I also gave an example of a dramatic shot with a hard shadow on the subject. So one side of my face is really bright and the other side is pretty dark. Here we gotta focus on how good the cameras can handle this contrast and how sharp the image remains. Subject in hard lighting conditions. I filmed myself in possibly the hardest lighting conditions you could possibly have. Color changing RGB light in the dark. You can see all the cameras really struggling to capture these images. The lens of my camcorder is pretty big. A lot of light can pass through it. The big lens of the camera did a great job, I think. If you zoom into the details of my shirt, I think the Samsung phone did an incredible job. Hardest lighting condition. Let's go straight to the source and film the RGB thing. It's darkness and we want to film something that constantly changes color and changes brightness. Try to focus on the sharpness and how much the light bleeds. With a lot of cameras you can see some kind of glow around the subject, but some cameras do a really good job of capturing the dark, and I like that. Imagine you are trying to film at night. If something is moving, some cameras wouldn't be able to capture a sharp image. Close shots. I made this little clown guy and tried to capture how close we can film something. The camcorder and the camera have a zoom, so I can use that instead of the movement of the device itself. That allows me to get a little bit closer than the phones. A lot of phones and cameras also have some kind of macro lens. This could come in handy, but I do not have this. But what if something is just close and moving and I have time to focus? Like I want to focus on this pen tip. This is the closest I can get with every device. I wasn't able to focus with the Motorola, so I just left it that way. But if you have some times to focus, I think you have a great result with all devices. far away. This is where the cameras really shine. They have an optical zoom, so that means they can physically move the lenses to capture really close imagery. The phones I used do not have an optical lens and just zoom digitally. Very choppy results, and we can't zoom very far. This is the main advantage of filming with the camera. The zoom, you can capture far away without compromising on your quality. Something I also noticed is the camcorder, who is made for filming, is also great at zooming in. You can choose at what speed something is zooming in to give some cinematic looks. It's not possible with the camera I have. The camera is great if you want to zoom in first and then press the record button. A camcorder is great if you want to press the record button and then start zooming in. Wide view. Here I filmed the same flower field with all 4 cameras. Try to focus on the color, try to focus on the movement, the sharpness of the flowers in front, flowers on the back. Trees on the background. Can you see the clouds? Is it just a white blob? Try to see how well the camera handles each situation. General. The flowers are pretty close and I want to see how well the flowers focus instead of the background. The camcorder did everything really sharp. Other devices did the flowers really sharp and the background a little bit blurry. Other devices did everything blurry. It's all up to your preferences, and you can also tweak the settings yourself. Audio. Something important for a lot of vloggers out there. How does it sound? Try to listen at my voice, but also try to listen how much background noise the camera picks up. And also leave a comment if you know what I'm reading. Once upon a time there was a lovely princess, but she had an enchantment upon her of a fearful sort which could only be broken by love's first kiss. She was locked away in a castle guarded by a terrible fire-breathing dragon. Many brave knights had attempted to free her from this dreadful prison, but none prevailed. She waited in the dragon's keep in the highest room of the tallest tower for her true love, and true love's first kiss. Pictures. Maybe you want a combination of a good video camera but also great picture quality. I must say, most devices, when the lighting is good, the pictures will be great, no matter what. If you have time to focus, it's not too far away, it's not too close, the lighting is good, you can keep your camera still, your picture will be great either way. I also noticed every picture the camera took looks really pleasant and a little bit brighter than life is. The grass is literally greener on the other side of this picture, kind of. The colors are really not accurate, but it depends on what you're going for. Are you going for a pretty picture or an accurate picture? So what is my overall opinion? Start with questioning yourself. What kind of stuff will I film? Are you gonna film drawing videos, everything close by with great lighting? You can just use your phone. You won't notice any difference, especially not at the start. Are you more into vlogging, filming different scenarios, talking to your camera, taking a picture here and there, need something light? I think you can easily go for a camera. It doesn't handle every situation well, but it handles every situation okay. If you're really into filmmaking, going to the forest, filming the birds, filming the animals, the city, skyscrapers, go for a camcorder. The zoom will come in pretty handy. It weighs a little bit more, but if you have a little bit of time to tweak the lighting or tweak the focus, the composition, I think a camcorder will be fitting you. Are you just up to filming cool moments in life, filming your cat, filming a water balloon fight, filming a birthday party, posting it on Instagram or a small YouTube video? Just use your phone. You already have one, especially if you say you can't really edit, a phone will be more than enough, I think. What do I use? Camcorder is mine, the phones are also mine. For most stuff I tend to use my Samsung phone because I have it always with me and it's doing a great job overall. My camera is nice, but it takes a little bit more time to set it up. The battery is broken. It's fairly annoying to use because yeah, the battery is broken. I can't take it with me anymore. But what I love is the 60 frame per second option. It's always on, but it takes a lot of memory. For my wall video I used my camera. Every hour you take up 16 gigabytes or so that's a lot. And a lot to edit. Another disclaimer, not every camera, not every phone, not every camcorder is the same. This is just an overall view about my opinion, my experience and how it felt to me. I recommend to watch this video again, focus on other details and try to ask yourself, what will I use this for?